Alright, so it's 4 in the morning and I've got to pack up my gear, get to the airport because we got a flight to catch. Alright, so my initial plan was to vlog the entire flight and trip and everything down to show you guys and just kind of give you a nice like cinematic b-roll of us getting here, but Southwest and TSA kind of messed up my luggage and it was a whole big ordeal and neither one of them knew what to do, so I ended up having to run back to TSA, who then told me I had to run back to Southwest, and then I had to come back to try to get through, and ended up making my flight as the doors were closing. We didn't think I was going to make it, I was going to get rebooked, but eventually we made it. So we're out at JTAC Ranch. Taylor's over there putting his rifle together. We're gonna confirm 0 and just make sure everything's good to go before tomorrow. And we'll show you some more of what we got going on today. But yeah, we are in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Or I guess this isn't Tampa, but we're staying in Tampa. Check out some of the stages, see what some of the props look like. And then I think we're gonna go swim and have some drinks. Also, fun fact, after this morning's ordeal, I felt like I needed a drink. And Taylor agreed, so we went and got brunch and met Sir Nick Faldo. So for those of you who follow golf, that was pretty cool. Met Nick Faldo. What are the chances of that? But yeah, pretty awesome. So let me grab the spotting scope. We'll get 0 and then show you guys what we're working with. Also, fun fact, one of the things that I learned on the way out here. Oh, it got dark. Let's fix that. Oh, that's racist. Can't say that. So one of the things that I learned on the way out here was how you tell gender of alligators. And so Taylor, remind me again, how do we do that?
Right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk up to the gator. Right, and after you get them nice and tired, going tail to tail, you get on behind them and get the mouth taped. And after you got that, you're gonna feel on the underside, near where the tail meets the body, you're gonna find a little bitty, how should you say, a hole, orifice. And you're gonna get your thumb in there and go ahead and hold on tight, because they don't like it. And you're gonna feel around. And if you feel anything, it's a boy. If not, it's a girl. Only 2 genders with alligators. But watch out, because they don't like that thumb in there.
So there you go. That's fun facts with Taylor. So bet y'all didn't know that. I mean, if you did, awesome. Alright, so Taylor and I are having a bit of an issue. We ran into something we've never seen before, which is both of our guns, when we went to confirm 0, jumped about 0.3 to half a mil right. So they were grouping-ish, but they jumped right substantially on both guns using same barrels, 2 different ammo, same environmentals, same cans. So we're trying to figure out what's going on with Taylor's because he's having a bit of a harder time than I am. I've got mine fixed, but we don't know exactly what's going on with his. So if you know what's going on, leave it in the comments down below. Now, not if you heard from your cousins, uncles, sisters, babies, daddies, whatever. Somebody told you one day when you were guys shooting bottles out at like 200 yards, this is what it is. If you actually know what's going on, leave it in the comments down below. So we're gonna figure it out and see what it is. Also, side note, this is why you always confirm 0 before a match.
You can throw that back together if you like.
Yeah. Yes, Massa, and there'll be no problems, Massa. Right away, boss. Taylor's not exactly happy right now, which I wouldn't be either. It sucks when you get to a match and you're like zoned in because of all the time and energy and the effort you've put into getting prepped for a match, and then have something where your gun just isn't grouping. And that's kind of what's going on right now. It's like, not only is it shooting right, it's also the groups are really big. It could be a mix of gun and him. It could be there's something going on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna group it without the can on, try to eliminate some of the factors. We already tried different ammo. Different ammo didn't help. Taylor cleaned the barrel, so kind of go step at a time just to see what exactly is going on. right, so Taylor says he wants to see me do this. He says I can't do it. So I'm gonna try, because I haven't done monkey bars in I don't know how long.
Are you doing the flats or are you going up?
Well, if we're both doing it, we're both doing the flats.
All right. Oh, we're racing.
You said we were both gonna do it at the same time.
Let's go.
So Taylor says we're gonna do the monkey bars together. So Taylor didn't want to do it, but he wanted me to do it. So now this is why our stage prep doesn't get done.
All right.
Suck it, Taylor. He's struggling so hard. Look at him. He gave up. Yes. Yes, that's one win for me. Let's go.
No, that popped.
Okay, look, a win is a win, right? A win is a win. But to be fair to Taylor, he did just tear his labrum like 6 weeks ago, so maybe that played a part. I don't know. Who knows? He's making excuses. So Taylor and I continued to go through the stages and kind of map out and look at what positions would work best for us, what we thought would look good. We hadn't seen any of these props in person, so since we were out there, we took advantage of the time to see how stable the props were, try to get an idea of where we were going to be shooting from, what the targets would look like from those positions, try to just do as much homework as we can ahead of time, which we've come to find out, or I've come to find out that that's a large part of what long range shooting is just doing as much research and homework as you can ahead of time. So that way, when the test comes, whether that's in real life or in the competition or whatever it is, you're prepared to take that shot. So, reading wind, taking in as much information as you can, target size, target distance, knowing your data, all that. Like, that's all research and homework ahead of time. So we did all that. And then after that, we went to the hotel and went and had a cigar and a drink and hung out. And I'm actually recording this part a few weeks later. But I wanted to share kind of why I've been a little MIA on here and just kind of share a little bit of my life, what's been going on. So I'm actually cleaning my gun right now post-match, and I can't show you that because YouTube doesn't like that. But anyways, I took some time. I used the trip for the competition also as an opportunity to take a little vacation and also celebrate my anniversary with my wife. So it was a good time, right? And I spent some time, a little early Father's Day, hanging out by the beach, just reflecting and looking at, how far I've come, but also like what's ahead and everything. And, one of the things I realized in that time, when Taylor and I were just sitting out there on the beach, smoking cigars, and then we were in the pool, just, swimming and hanging out, and ended up going down to Miami Beach. We caught a Rangers game while we were down there at the Rays Stadium, and just saw what Tampa and Miami had to offer. And but during that time, I realized that I was burnt out. I've been doing this YouTube thing for a few years now, and I haven't really had a day off in like the past 7 months. And it just started to wear on me. It's one of those things, you get caught up in it because you enjoy it, and then you feel this incessant urge to feed the beast. You feel like you got to keep putting content out. And it's tough, and especially in our industry. Our industry is a little unique because we don't get paid as well from ads, and although some of us do have sponsors, it doesn't pay a ton, and you still have this pressure to pay bills and to be a good dad and be a good husband, all the while you're trying to put out quality content, and you're you're trying to deal with all the Instagram drama. Look, like we have more drama than any other industry I've seen. Like we argue like a bunch of teenage girls on the internet, and sometimes it's comical, but other times it's kind of embarrassing. It's like, man, this is really the industry that we're a part of. But that's another topic for another day. But the point that I wanted to make is that I was burnt out and I needed a break, and it was good. And I was actually talking to Jake from 1911 Syndicate, and we were talking about how, if you take a week off, or if you miss one, like if you have a regular uploading schedule, if you miss one day, it throws everything off. The next time you post a video, it typically doesn't do well. Your ad revenue goes down. Like, I know they're not monetized, but there's a lot of consequences. And it was one of those things where like I realized like I felt like I had to keep going, but then I just realized I couldn't. I needed a break. So haven't posted a video in a while, and I wanted to share some behind the scenes of what it looks like when we go out of town. And then this vlog turned into what it is now, me just sharing with you guys. And yeah, so the break was good. I feel better now, and I'm glad that I did take a break because during that time I realized how much fun I've been having shooting. I haven't had this much fun shooting in a very long time, and I credit that a lot to Joe from Bruiser Industries and to guys like Mike and Fred from Precore and Counting Coup Tactical. Like you know, and Alex from Ridgeline, like getting into scoped carbine, I didn't know what to expect. So I've been on this journey for like 2 years now, year and a half, 2 years, something like that. Just wanting to learn a new skill. And I don't know, I haven't put my finger on it yet, exactly what it is that I enjoy about it, but I enjoy it. And I was telling Joe the other day, I was like, Joe, you know, I've never wanted to be an instructor. Every time people have asked me, it's like, I just don't want to do it. It's not for me. I mean, I've taught other things. I've coached other things. I went to school for education, for secondary education. So that's not really the thing that keeps me away. But just shooting was just the thing that I just didn't really feel a connection to like that I wanted. It was something I wanted to share or something I wanted to do to teach people or to coach or whatever. And so for the first time, this is something that I could see myself teaching down the road, like sharing with other people at a very basic level, right? I don't have the expertise of Fred or Mike or Alex or Joe or any of those guys, but I would like to share it with people. And so I attribute a lot of that to them because their passion for this discipline of shooting has bled over into my life, and it's made me passionate about it, and it's something that, like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like thinking about it. I go to bed at night thinking about it. I want to be better at this, and I'm just enjoying the journey of it. And so taking that break was good. It was needed because I didn't, if I were to get burnt out on this discipline of shooting, I would be really disappointed because of how much I enjoy it. So it was good, and I'm excited. I feel very much refreshed. I've got a ton of content I got to put out for you guys. I've been slacking. I've got Hunter Constantine's belt review I got to do, and also talking about like an EDC update. I've got to talk to you guys about this rifle, Area 419 stuff, suppressors. Like, I've honestly got like 30 or 40 videos that I need to do. But yeah, so I just want to say thank you for those of you who have stuck around this long, who have supported the channel, who've helped me grow to the point that I'm at. And I never in a million years thought that I would be doing this thing for a living. This is my job. YouTube and content creation as a whole are my job. So a lot of people think that I just get stuff for free or whatever, like it's all just handed to me. It's not. I have to work and pay for it just like everybody else. And it can be frustrating at times when people assume and they make comments like, oh, well, you just get whatever you want for free, and it's just because you're an influencer. It ain't like that, bud. It ain't like that. I wish it was. I've got some other projects that I'm not ready to share yet because we're still trying to figure out parts for them, because we don't get everything for free. So got to figure all that out. Going to figure out how you got to pay for it and all those things. And it's just, there's nothing in this world is free. So, but when those come around, I'll be very excited. I can share that with y'all. But yeah, it's just, it wears on you a bit over time. But I'm excited about what we got coming up. Excited about what the future has to hold. Now, by the time you guys see this, the match recap will probably already be out, so you'll know that I didn't do great at this match, but I walked away learning a lot, and I walked away with some new friendships from the guys at JTAC, and especially with Ben and Eric, just incredibly solid dudes. Eric is so good. I mean, Ben's arms, Eric's eyes, man. If I wasn't gay, or if I was gay, I'd probably have to cut that part out. But anyways, no, they're just great dudes, and they're building a great community there. And so I was super stoked to see that. And honestly, like, part of that actually gave me a bit of a revitalization for Average Joes. Not that I've never wanted to do Average Joes. It's just that we lose sight of it here in Dallas, like in the DFW area. We lose sight of how good of a community we have. Like, we have a great shooting community. We have some great indoor ranges. We have great outdoor ranges. We have matches, like 2 or 3 matches a week during the week that we can go to. And we get spoiled by it, and we forget, and we lose sight of it. So when you go visit places like Lakeland, like JTAC, or when you go to Arizona, like places like those where those guys are working super hard to build these communities, is like, it fires you up. Like, you're excited about it. So I'm excited about our next range day, which info on that'll be dropping soon. I heard a rumor it's going to be September 2nd. It's just a rumor I heard from a guy. But yeah, so super excited about what's to come. Yeah, just thankful for you guys. I have so much I want to share with you now that I have like all this energy and motivation again. So, but yeah, so every now and then I say all this to say, because it is during Men's Mental Health Month. I've talked about my own mental health issues in the past, and so I think that was a good thing that I took a break. Not that I was having like mental health issues, but it can turn into that. Like, I've seen guys in this industry burn out, and they just continue to push on and push on and push on, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. So there's nothing wrong with taking a break. And like, I was talking with with Jake, it's like you have that fear that if you stop, it's not going to come back, right? Like if you stop, it's going to ruin everything that you've worked so hard for. But at the end of the day, you know, my mental health is more important to me than, you know, this YouTube channel. It's more important to me than, you know, ad revenue, things like that. So hopefully it doesn't affect me too bad, but if it does, oh well. It was what I needed for me and for my family, and to keep putting out content. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so that's what I want to share with you guys. So if you're in a spot where you're maybe mentally not doing so well, it might be good to take a break. Go do some other things. Go see part of the country. Go see family. Just hang out with some friends. Just take a day off. And one thing that my dad told me is that the work's always going to be there. There's always going to be more work to do, right? I think a lot of times we get caught up in our industries and we fear that if we, you know, the provider in us fears that if we lose our job, or if we start to fall behind in our job, that we're not going to be doing our jobs as husbands, as fathers, as men, as providers, that we're going to start to lose that. But I can say now, after having a little bit of life experience, my dad was right. The work will be there. There's always going to be more work to do. I know it doesn't always feel like that, but there will always be work to do for those who want to work. So I encourage you guys to take a break. It's good to have a Sabbath every now and then. And I've lost sight of that a little bit because of, you know, this is my job. And yeah, I'm trying to incorporate that into my life more and more. And just want to say thank you guys again, and I got to finish cleaning this gun because I'm just sitting here and ramble all day while I clean this. But hope you guys have a great day. Stay tuned for upcoming content, and hope you guys like and subscribe and maybe get views back up for me. Hope you guys have a great day. Make sure to like and subscribe. Try to tap the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.